The Pelicans have agreed to trade CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk and a future second round pick to the Washington Wizards for Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and the 40th overall pick in the second round of this year's draft. Thoughts on this trade? Who won this trade?
I think the Pelicans won. I mean, no matter how you feel about Jordan Poole, I think he's a talented combo guard in this league. And I mean, you're getting off of CJ McCollum, who, I mean, there was no real future there. You're not really competing. But at least maybe you can see if there's something there with Poole. Or if you want to trade him at a later date, whatever. But you're getting off of the McCollum contracts. You're bringing in a young, talented, but, erratic guard and Jordan Poole. But these are the gambles that you kind of want to take if you're the Pelicans. Like, they've got talent on this roster. And he's a good scoring guard in this league. You've still got Trey Murphy, Zion. You've got pieces on this team. I'm not saying that they're competing for a championship, but this does help them, be a little more competitive.
I don't know what their direction is over in New Orleans. They got a log jam at three position with Bay and Bay and Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. They got a lot going on at the three position, and you're paying a lot. That's a lot of money to pay for a guy coming off the bench, right? There's a lot of money to pay, like for Sadiq Bey. If you're going to bring him off the bench as your backup three, I'm pretty sure he's on a contract that's still pretty substantial. I don't think it's like a small contract because Washington made that move specifically to shed money. So for me, honestly, I like to trade more for Washington. I think it shows direction. I think every team's going to try to rebuild the same way in that Nets manner where you take on bad contracts and pile up assets so you can be prepared in the future to pounce on an opportunity to get a guy that may not come join you in free agency or whatever it might be. So I like that move for Washington more than I like it for a team like the Pelicans because I don't know what the Pelicans' direction is. I think that if you're talking about teams like Boston trying to shed money, right? Like they don't want to spend that kind of money with the ownership group they have. What in the world makes you think New Orleans wants to spend that kind of money and be in a luxury tax for a long time, right? Like I don't see how that makes any sense for them. So I think that they're going to have to make a decision on Zion. I think it starts there. The freaky big man has to be either play good basketball this year and then take a step forward and be in shape and stay out of the news for all the wrong reasons, or he'll be out of there. And then once you make that decision, it gets easy to make decisions on Trey Murphy and also on Herb Jones. And when I hear Herb Jones' names in trade talks, right, through the Athletic, through real reporters that are respected, I know that the money conversation is happening in that front office. They're like, yo, we're not going in luxury tax with this team. We're not winning a championship. And we can't trust Zion. So I think that we're more likely to see them kind of blow things up. And it could start to happen this year. After years of speculating about this, by the way. The CJ trade was the first gunshot, in my opinion.
Hey, looking at the roster, as you mentioned, logjam, Jose Alvarado. They got Brandon Boston. They have Bruce Brown, Jordan Hawkins, Herbert Jones, Yves Missy. Well, that's they center, but he was playing a little bit forward. You got Trey Murphy. People forgot it's DeJounte Murray over there too.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
That's their guard. And Antonio Reeves. That's their guard 2 and 3 rotation right there. The money conversation. Even fun. More fun. Bruce Brown is on the books for $23 million next season. Then we looking at Herb at 12. DeJounte Murray's at 29. Jordan Poole's at 29. And of course, Zion is at 36.
Yeah, like it's too much money for a team like them to pay. Like they're going to make a move. They're going to blow it up. It's inevitable. If they don't do it this summer, they'll do it next year. But that owner, who we don't, the guy who has to deal with the Smoothie Kings, for crying out loud, if that's your main source of revenue, then you're going to be making trades to get up from under the salary, the luxury tax. You're not staying in the luxury tax if you're the New Orleans owner. So I think they're going to make some trades. They'll be very active. They're going to be trying to get assets in the draft and stockpile picks. That's what they're going to do. But it starts with making a decision on Zion. I think this kind of like weird game they're playing, they've been playing since he got there, it ends soon. It's going to end soon. They'd rather trade him when his value is high as opposed to trading him when he's known as, Mr. Freakoff or whatever he's known as. So we get to see what happens there.